Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. You are not going to learn game overnight. You are not going to learn game overnight. Yeah, and this is very important because look, I'm going to tell you something now. If you some dude who hasn't been able to get women at all, can't even get an average at best woman. Can't even get an average at best woman. Can't even get a below average woman. You can watch all these videos and stuff, but it's not gonna happen overnight. Now you could build. I would say the fastest someone can learn is maybe a year. And I'm saying maybe. But it's gonna take a while. If you going from non-select to select, that's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take a while. If you can't get that average at best woman now, you can't watch a couple videos and then think you're gonna get some beautiful woman like some supermodel of the world overnight. Please, that ain't happening. And that's an important thing. In fact, that's why I always say, no matter what I say, no matter what I give you, no matter what perspective I give you, and I will say this for everyone else, you got to go out and do it. And if somebody's trying to tell you that you can do something overnight, yeah, you can get that beautiful woman overnight, they straight conning you. I'll tell them to their goddamn face. They straight conning you. Because think about something. If you're not able to get a woman as you are, that means you don't have the bait that she wants. You not someone that she can look at and feel like you can fulfill her needs. You don't have what it takes. And you know what? Ain't no shame if you don't. Ain't no shame if you don't. But you can always change that. See, that's the thing with a man. A man can always change his position. And that's something I always say. A man has control. He can change whatever. He trying to get a woman, he can always change what he needs to get that woman. And really, he should be changing that to get what he wants anyway in life. Because if a man can't get a woman, trust me when I say that's going to affect other areas of your life any damn way. Because if you can't convince a woman to gap her legs open for you, how you going to convince somebody to buy a product from you? How you going to convince somebody they should hire you to work on their job? See, when you can convince a woman, in fact, I've even said that. I said if a dude called themselves a player, but they broke, they wasting their talent. They are wasting their talent. But that's something more for my Deep Thought channel or my Money Matters channel. But right here, if you a man and you want to make that move, it's going to take a while. Like, okay, I'm known for talking about body game. You ain't gonna just live for like a few days and think, oh yeah, women gonna check you out. Please. That's gonna take you a while, whether you trying to lose weight, put on weight, sculpt your body, whatever. And that's gonna take a while. And then you're talking about your style. Like whatever hairstyle that works for you. That's going to take you a while to figure that out. That's going to figure whether it's having long hair, short hair, some type of beard, whatever. You got to figure that out because, like the hairstyle. Let me use that for an example. You ain't going to go right out and just, you might have one woman check you out, but most might ignore you. In order to really get a good idea, you need to go out for several days, several weeks, and see what the average is. What the women are checking you out. I'll use myself for an example. Y'all see this beard here? Now, if I cut it, I shave it, it'll probably be for some business reason. Because otherwise, I've noticed that women be checking me out hard. Alright? So, it works for me. But see, it might not work for you. See, you got to find out what style works for you. And that's not going to happen overnight. And then if you're talking about like colognes, because you know women like to smell a man, but you still gotta find which cologne works for you. So that's not gonna happen overnight. That's not gonna happen overnight. And then you got some dudes talking about they looks maxing. That's definitely not gonna happen overnight. That's definitely not gonna happen overnight. And see, all of that is just a bait. Now, when I'm famous for talking about saying hi to 3 women a day, that's to build a muscle. Like any guys, like I've had a couple of guys, they'll say, well, yeah, I was trying to get with them. It's like, no, you don't want to do that. You want to get it to the point that you can speak to a woman without any nervousness, without any anxiety. That's the whole point of speaking to 3 a day at least. If you can speak to more, that's even better. But the whole point is not, you want to get to the point when you see that fine woman who got the progression. You know I got to do the progression. She got that face card, hair looking nice. She got those nice breasts, that snatch waist, that big old butt dump, those nice hips, those thick thighs, which save lives. Had to pause on that one. Those nice calves, which I talked about in my sit-down video today. Shoot, and if it's warm out, you can see her toes. Shoot. You ain't gonna just get her overnight. You ain't gonna just get her overnight. Shoot, you gotta work on yourself. You gotta build yourself. So you gotta build first your bait. You gotta deal with that first. So you gotta get a body that women will pay attention to, whichever works for you. You gotta get that hairstyle, beard style, whatever. You gotta find those smells that work for you. And you know, it's not a bad thing that she rejects something like off your bait. You know, like she rejecting something, because then you can figure it out. It's like, okay, that don't work for me. That don't work for me. Right? You can figure that out, and that's how you want to be. But then you still got to be able to talk to them, and you still got to practice talking to them. And when you get a chance, just talk to a woman. Like, let me get into that real quick. Every single time you talk to a woman, don't think you're trying to get up at her. You can have just a regular conversation with a woman without even trying to get something. I'm going to tell you what, there's been quite a few women I've had just a regular conversation with. I wasn't even trying to get with them. But they were hot. They were hot. And I was just talking normal to them. That's all you want to do. And then even with all of that, you still got to be good in the bedroom. That bedroom. You still got to be able to knock it out the box. Because there's been many a woman. She get that guy, looks good too. He might have whatever progression they looking for. Even have a good conversation. Get in the bedroom, and he think he did something. And shoot, she thinking, damn, I might have to call that roughneck up. She might have to call that guy that she only deal with, that maintenance man, up just to take care of things. That's happening a lot. And that's one thing. I talk more about sex on my Patreon, so definitely check that out. Because let me just say something real quick. I don't care what you got publicly. I don't care how you look, how much money. You could even throw money in there, even though I'm not big on using money to get women. You could throw all that shit in there. You can have a great conversation. Don't knock it out in the bedroom. Don't satisfy her. And then watch, yeah. You might see her walking in the street or go over her place, see somebody else's car parked over there. And don't be living with it, because then you'll have a my bad situation. Joe Roughneck, here it come. You go in there, you hear some screaming up in the bedroom, have her yelling. Then that dude look back at you, be like, and it be like some big old thug dude, be like, yo, what's up, man? This you, man? My bad. Shit. You might even get sued. You might even get some dude, he ain't even gonna say my bad. He gonna keep going. See, he'll look back, see you in the room and still fuck her. And say, this you? He'll fuck her harder then. But, it's not going to happen overnight. Look, it's a growth. Before you do anything, you have to make the decision that you're going to change. And yeah, you want to do it to get women, but really just for your life. Like I said, if you can get a woman, you can make money too. And if you're not getting a woman, you probably not doing overall well in your life. That's got to change. And even if you one of those rare dudes who are going to lie and say you don't want a woman, but you still watching this, let me say something about that. It's kind of funny. You get some dudes, they'll still want to talk some trash, but you still watching. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you putting money in my pocket? Think on that. Why am I living in your mind rent free? Think on that. All right? Just think on that. But getting back to this regular thing, you got to change. You don't like your life the way it is. You don't like being by yourself. Shoot, you got a whole bunch of men out here complaining they ain't getting nothing. Complaining they got to pay. I'm telling you how to get that joint for free. But you got to work. It ain't going to happen like the next day. Before you do any of it though, you have to commit. You in your mind, you got to say, no, I want to change. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being Mr. Nice Guy. I'm tired of these women not wanting to get with me. I'm tired of this life. You tired of that loneliness. Like, one thing I'll say about the loneliness thing, it's not blamed on the women. It ain't on the women. These women thirsty out here. If a man lonely out here, that's on him. And by it being on him, he got control over what he can do. Oh, real quick, this usually where I see the po-po at. I don't see any of them around, but see, today is the first. Today is the first. Shit, they usually like trying to get those tickets in, get that quota in on the last day of the month. And I told y'all, even for yesterday, I was like, yeah, even if you buying a car or doing something, the best day is always the last day of the month. You can do what's up. Like on one of my 1,000 jobs when I was working at this gym doing some sales, I got 16 sales one last day of a sale. One last day of the month, I got 16 sales. Signed up 16 people. Trust me, best day of the month. Shit. Plus, you trying to get that. If you're a salesman, you trying to get that quota. But I'll say stuff like that for my my Money Matters channel. Shit, you can think about it for my Deep Thought channel. But look, you want to improve your life. You got to have the mindset, and then you got to do it. And, you can join a gym or whatever. Even if you just start doing a push-up, you might not work out at all. You know what? Right now, if you're one of those people that working out, instead of, before you even go to a gym, just try to do a push-up. Just one push-up. If you do that one, do two. Just keep going till you get tired. I remember back in the day when I had to work out, when I really first started getting in the body game, and I was working out for this federal job. And yeah, glad I ain't with them now, but we ain't gonna get into politics. But I was working out for this federal job, and part of the training was I had to be able to run 2 miles in a certain amount of time. Like running. Not jogging, run it in a certain amount of time. I remember when I first got started, I was breathing hard just running like around a small little block. But did it anyway. And then I got to the point I could run 5 miles. I'd have been for those 5Ks or something. I'd have been able to do them pretty good. A 5K, probably could have did that in about 20 minutes. Probably could have ran one. But I had to build that. And it still wasn't right away. It might have taken me maybe a good year before I could get to the point I could say I run it. But what did I do? I started off small. You got to start off small with everything. You got to start off small. Oh, I see this young lady there. I see you looking over here. Anyway, you got to start off. If you talking about lifting and stuff, you ain't gonna go in the gym and start bench pressing 225. Shoot, get in there first and start lifting that bar. Start off small. Always start off small. Ain't no shame in it. I remember when I was at this gym at American University, there was a guy, real slim guy. He couldn't really do much. Slim guy, but he's quiet. He just did it quietly. He was able to build his body up. He still stayed generally slim, but I would say a muscular slim. And he was able to build up. He just did it nice and slow. That's all you had to do. Don't think you're going to do it, because part of it is a process. You build that body up. And like I said, with the works, shoot, as long as you can just have the barber cut you different looks. In fact, go to the barber and say, look, man, I'm trying to get some women. The barber be like, say no more. Give you a cut, see if that joint work for you, see what works for you. Pay attention. Pay attention to the women. I'm going to get into that part in a second. Then, see what style work for you. If you wear a certain type of shirt, it don't work for you, boom. Here's something else, too. If you go to, like, any of these clothing stores, they will a lot of times they'll have a woman trying to tell you something. Ask them. Just ask them. They pay. See, if you go to one of these clothing stores, they have like women working in the men's section. Or if it's a men's store, they have a woman there. Just ask them. See, they're going to tell you that you look good, not just to get the money, because if they smart, they're going to tell you that you look good so you come back. They trying to get a steady customer. I've worked retail. You want steady customers. I've said that on my Money Matters channel. One of the things you want steady customers. So if you get a woman in there, she's a clerk, she's going to tell you what's up. Like when I would get neckties, I would always check it out with a female clerk in there. Even if I had to walk over a little bit, find somebody and say, hey, how does necktie work on? And they'd be like, nah, try this one, try that. It's like, okay, boom. But it was still always that case of starting slow. And then when you go out, pay attention to women. Pay attention. How many women give you that look? And how they give you the look? Are they giving you a quick look and keep walking? That look ain't working for you. And it's not just one. I would say, let me throw out a big number. Pay attention to how at least 10 women look at you that day, if you come across it, or 10 women. Don't go by one, because one, like I said, one can reject you. You can have all the woman's progression or what they be saying publicly. You can be looking, you have that square jaw, 6'2", muscular, all that, and women still don't want you. But pay attention. Which one's looking at you? Which one's give you that look? Give you that look up and down. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to the women, because they'll give you feedback. In fact, this Tantra master, I'll shout his name out, Shatam Nidiyama. He said it best. He said, you'll know as soon as you walk out the door how your program is going with the women. Because they going to check you out. They going to be like whatever. Shit, they going to let you know. They going to let you know. See, that's very important. See, even for some, you get some men worried about my beard. But women be staying. They be staying. And like long stares and shit. Smiling. Long smiles. Not that quick smile like some women give. That's something else too, real quick. Don't go in a quick smile from a woman. Some women just do that just so you won't they do that more for a defensive thing. But if a woman look at you, give her a long smile, you wearing whatever, boom. In fact, I remember this way back when I was in high school. This young lady, she was working on this summer job I was working on. And I remember I had a certain hookup I came in with. And I never forget what she said. She looked at me, she said, yeah, now you fine. Yeah, too bad I couldn't wear that outfit the next couple days. But it was a certain outfit I was wearing. But basically she was saying to me, yeah, you look good in that. See, pay attention to these women out here. They give you feedback. Because women, I'm going to tell you something with women cold-blooded anyway. If they really ain't feeling what you looking like, they'll let you know. They'll let you know, and pay attention to their actions. I actually have a video coming next week where I'm talking about that. Pay attention to a woman's actions. A sit-down video, because I know I do my sit-down videos a week early. The only thing I do the day of and upload them like the day of are these car videos. But pay attention. A woman, they're going to give you feedback. So what's the majority doing? And even if you even know some women, if you at that point where you know some women, they can give you some feedback. Like, a lot of guys get upset of having some women friends. Well, other than having a Rolodex, shout out Master Teacher BGS for pointing that out, they can give you some feedback. A woman can let you know what's up. In fact, here's a little game for you. If you got a woman friend who put you in a friend zone, don't get mad, use it. Ask her what you need to do. What you may need to do to fix up. Now, that's actually a good thing because one, she can fix you up for other women. Two, she might hook you up with a friend. Three, she'll tend to fix you up the way she likes anyway. So she'll give you that look and she'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up, he looking the way I like. So you win, you actually win with the friend zone. You actually win with it, but you just gotta work it. You know, I've talked about that before. Maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. Because some dudes get too upset with it. It's like you gotta learn how to use it. Oh, crap. Oh, man, I gotta park over here. Yeah. To park over here. God damn. Shit. God damn. Got all my spots taken up. Oh, it is funny. Remember what I said earlier about a beard? Shit, this pulled into the parking lot. This woman giving me a stare. Yeah, I gotta cut it for something else in a few weeks, though. More business. But we won't get into that. Anyway, right? Just look. Here's the bottom line. You ain't gonna change up overnight. But if you have the mindset of changing, that takes you a long way. You could start off your journey. And that's the important thing. You just want to start off. And anybody could change. I personally known some dudes. I knew this dude. This dude, I remember when I first met him, this dude was shy. He wasn't getting no parts of the pussy. That dude, but he did the work. He did the work. He got to the point he was getting some badass women. He got to the point, even when he was with a woman, she was willing to share him. And he just did the work. You know, some other dudes like that, they might have started off slow and got something. Shoot, my youngest son, I just gave him a little bit of game. And, you know, he was tearing up. Still got this girlfriend. She ready to get married. I'm like, But that's another conversation. But he listened. But he didn't think it was going to happen overnight. And I only gave him just a little bit of game. So, I mean, just do it. Just do it. Get started. But don't think it's going to happen right away. That's all you have to realize, all right? So, anyway, let me get in here, get my vittles. You know, get my vittles for those who ain't watched the Beverly Hillbillies. Food for some of y'all youngins. Sometimes I got to do something for some of the old heads. Anyway, I'll get back with y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that friend zone thing, how to really work the friend zone. Because too many dudes acting like, no, learn how to work that shit. All right? Learn how to work it. Anyway, I'll talk to y'all about that tomorrow. Peace and blessings, y'all.